Welcome to Smallmouth Crush. I'm your host and co-host tonight, Epic Eric. We've got a story for you. I think we're live. Many stories this evening. I hope you guys had a great Mother's Day weekend and you celebrated your mom. If you still have her in your life, you're a lucky man. I don't. I miss your mom. She's awesome. I did a post. She taught me a lot of things in life, man. There's nothing like a mother's love. And I know you guys know that out there. Special weekend, man. How many people got together with their mom? Tell me what you did. We celebrated my wife, of course, the mother of my beautiful children, and capped it off with a nice evening around the fire pit, and we had some s'mores. You're probably wondering what happened to Travis. Couldn't make it last week. He had issues, and he said, I said, hey, man, Monday we'll get back after it. We're just going to do an update show. And he says, don't worry, bud, something will come up. And something did come up. I got a text from him. He said it to the hospital about an hour ago. I don't know what happened. It's not life-threatening, so don't you guys worry. I think it's all going to be fine. He may tell you what's happening next week and what happened and how he got there. But it's just been one thing after another, man. I feel for the guy. I got to tell you, I think something's off in the universe. But we'll try to bring it back tonight. Everybody's here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I got to give a shout out to E-Stack Fishing. He's always like one of the first 2-3 guys in the house. Thank you, E-Stack. And I know he had a good weekend celebrating his mom. I did some pond walking this weekend. So I got a couple stories that I want to share right out of the gate. And this is a really cool one, the first story, because it involves one of my favorite people, BTC, Brian the Carpenter from Bass After Dark. And I want to get into a little bit. I appeared on Bass After Dark last week. The show was called For Who, For What? And it was a pretty interesting topic. So I'm gonna cover a little bit of that tonight. But let's get to the story. You guys know I'm a big fan of Marty Burns. You know I have a lot of Marty Burns balsa. I asked Marty Burns to make me a balsa glide bait. Now, that's a Marty Burns build, and I actually painted that. And I used my little Copic airbrush marker. Let's see if this hose will fit, if I can't knock everything. So I shoot alcohol-based paint out of that thing, and you use markers. It's really cool, man. It has some limitations, but this is the Copic. It's spelled, I think I'm holding that upside down. Let's turn it over. I'm still holding it upside down. Let's see. There we go. Copic airbrush, Copic. Anyway, they got a lot of colors. You can't really paint white. So this was raw wood when I got it. And I shot some color. I was kind of going for that like golden shiner look, maybe something that could look like a blueback herring. So the Big M, this was his like first attempt. And I got to tell you, he nailed it. I've thrown a lot of glide baits. I've thrown big, giant glide baits like the Hinkle. One of my favorite bait makers is Keith Thomas from Black Talon Glides. He's amazing. Fish everything. And I've done a lot of talking with Keith, and he told me years ago that between a wood glide and a resin glide, the wood outcatches the resin. I think there's something special about wood. You guys have heard me say this about balsa crankbaits versus plastic. I just think the good wood in balsa, and TK even said this, like wood and water, they just go together. So anyway, I painted it up. I dabbed it up. I got like a little white pearl belly. I've got some kind of, I don't know, you can't really see it, man, but I dusted this thing up. I put some huge, look at those giant eyes on that thing, man. It's got a little hook rash. I put some gamakatsus, of course. I think these are like number 3s, but this thing is just so responsive. So I go to a pond, and it's called Clinton's Pond. And maybe you guys have heard me talk about this. I call it Clinton's Pond because it's a pond I've been fishing since I've been a kid. When I played football, there was a pond, and the center, I was a quarterback, and my center's name was Clinton. And Clinton's family, they were the caretakers of the pond. So they had a house, and right behind their house was the pond. And right next to their house, about, 500 yards away, was Red Barn Liquors. And there were 2 private little ponds next to it. We used to jump the fence and go fish those too. But anyway, Clinton's Pond. So that pond is the site of the snakehead, the first northern snakehead caught in waters outside of aquariums was in that pond. It struck like global news. It certainly was national. It was everywhere. AP Wire picked it up, and they had to kill everything in the pond. And anyway, they restocked it, and it's got lily pads. It's a spring-fed pond. It stays relatively clear. It's got some aquatic grasses in it, and so I go there. And as I'm walking down the bank, I call Brian the carpenter. So I'm on the phone with Brian the carpenter, and Brian the carpenter had just been a captain for the Ike Foundation youth tournament. So he's up on a Jersey pond, and he had 2 kids, and he was a captain for me. They're on their tiny boat. He just dropped them off. And I had a bunch of little bass following this. It was pretty cool. They were popping out of everywhere, man. Like, you know, anywhere from 10 to 12 inches. And Brian's like, I'm going to fish a little bit more. So literally we're talking for like 20 minutes. And he's fishing and I'm fishing. He's like, where are these fish? And I'm like, I'm trying to locate them too. And so I'm walking the bank. He's in a tiny boat. So he hadn't caught one yet. I hadn't caught one yet. And there was a pad edge, like a pad point, right? And a little bit of grass. And so I'm gliding this thing. It's super, this wood is just super responsive, man. So I'm kind of gliding it. I do a sharp turn and it goes straight under that point of grass and looks inside. And then when I come out and I do a quick little turn, a quick little reel turn, and it does this like thing and looks back. And as soon as it looked back under the pad edge, this fish comes out and eats it. I say, I'm hooked up. And then Brian goes, I'm hooked up too. And then in that exact moment, my phone rings. I land the fish, and then I look at my phone, and it's Will from Gajo Baits, who I call the God of Bass up in New York. So what was really cool about that for me is 2 things. 1, Marty Burns made this. 2, I painted it. 3, I'm talking to Brian the carpenter. 4, the God of Bass calls me as I'm like hooked up and taking this fish off the line. I mean, that's pretty cool. So I sent a picture to Brian, and he sends a picture back. And I don't know, man. I just thought that was a really cool way, a moment of the bass universe coming together. So thank you for letting me share that. Has anybody ever thrown a wood glide that's watching right now? I'd be curious. Yeah, Matthew Weimer, Morning Wood. Matthew, I should show how the gun works, but okay, I'll do it. That's a good note. Let's do it. So here's the gun. Now this thing has 2 points. It's got a chisel point and it's got a sharp point. The chisel point is the only one that works in the gun. And when I say chisel, you can kind of see that right there, chisel point. Let's get the camera to focus on it. There you go. And so it just snaps in. Hold on, let me get in front. This is hard to do. So, and you hear a click. It just clicked. And there you go, man. You turn your compressor on. I bought a little cheap compressor at like Harbor Freight, and I shoot. There you go, man. And you can, I did finish this bait, by the way, with a little lacquer that my son uses for making his miniature skateboards called fingerboards. Yeah, so there you go, man. So I shot it with lacquer after it's done. You got to make sure, I don't know that the alcohol-based paint and the lacquer love each other. I do get some runs, but, you know, I deal with it. So this is something else I painted for Marty Burns. This is a Marty Burns Dreamwalker. And the eyes are out of nail polish, but the rest of that, I believe, yeah, that's all paint from that little gun. Pretty cool, man. I want to do a frog pattern. I don't know. Worked out all right. It's good for a rookie. I'll fish it. I'm going to catch one on this one. Hear that little ticker? You got to love Marty Burns ticker. Anyway, there you go. All right. So what do I got? I got a second story for you. So I've been carrying this one around for a while, and I don't know why I haven't thrown it before this weekend, but I did. So I went to brunch with my wife and one of her friends. She's a mom too, celebrated her. And so I take out this bait, and I wanted to get to know it. And my buddy, this is a design collaboration between Kyle Lisdell, who's Goonie Wolf. And as you guys know, Goonie Wolf does all my art, Bass Lab and all my sticker art, and Elude Baits. Lendl Ha is the bait maker. So this is called the Goon Gill. It's 5.5 inches, 3.5 ounces. And you'll notice right out of the gate, it is a crank down. Okay, it's a crank down, but it wasn't designed for crank it down, although it cranks down great and under a slow retrieve. This thing is just dope looking in the water. But let me take it out and show you what it's really made for. A couple reasons why I like this bluegill style bait. It is very narrow. It's not tall. And why do I care? When bass go to eat the taller bluegill baits, a lot of times they push them around. They can't get the whole thing in their mouth. But this is just, again, a thinner profile. Moves a lot of water. It's pretty thick on top, but it's short and compact. There's a couple cool things about this bait. It's got, see that little slit right there? That's a scent chamber. I didn't put any scent on it. I didn't have any with me. Can you believe that in the mobile bass lab? But I do love the paint scheme on this thing too. There are certain paint schemes that come alive in the water, and this one does. There's just enough chartreuse. But man, when you're dead walking it, the chartreuse really flashes. It just comes alive in the water. I heard Uncle Frank say that one day. That certain paint comes alive in the water. That paint scheme comes alive in the water. But here's the magic of this bait. Goonie Wolf just shot me a message. If you want to see the bass I caught, I just posted a reel on my Instagram. You can find me at Epic Eric Official. I also posted something to my story. But anyway, the lip, it's not a true square. It's cut off, and I imagine it's not a pointy angle right here. It just is cut. But anyway, this thing is made for dead walking. If you guys don't know what dead walking is, they do it with the Tiny Clash, but this thing with slight rod twitches, you crank it down, you're at depth, you're getting near cover, and this is how I caught that fish. I'm right next to a log, and I start light rod twitches, and I'm picking up line when I'm doing it with short reel turns, and this thing is going whop, whop, whop. Like it's not hardly moving forward at all, but it looks like an injured gill. And man, as soon as I started dead walking that thing and stopped it, that fish came out, and I got to see, it was like 10 feet from the bank next to this log. The whole bait just got engulfed like that. It was such a dope bite, man. I loved it. So I love big baits, man. I think this thing is going to produce around the bluegill spawn, post spawn. If your lake, you get bass like on some of the southern impoundments, bass will wolf pack, and they love a big bluegill bait. I mean, frankly, a lot of the ponds I fish are bass bluegill only. So this thing is going to, really, really produce for me, man. I love elude baits. I mean, the packaging, just everything, man. I mean, look at that. They tell you all about the bait on the back. I mean, Gamakatsu. That's right. Gamakatsu 2X strong trebles. Don't need to change them out. Of course, rotating hook hangers, right? Rotating hook hangers. I mean, it's stout stainless steel construction on the inside. This bait is built right and just super clean. Anyway, man, go check out the Goon Gill. I think this is a sleeper bait. And, me and Goonie talk all the time, man. So anyway, man, the Goon Gill from Elude. He's got some great sportswear too. And I just love his brand. I mean, he's got it going on, man. And he's got rats as well. I can show you a few rats if you guys want to see him, because I'm a big rat fan. I like throwing rats because the bites are just spectacular on a rat. If you've never thrown one, I encourage you to try one. And there's a lot of different brands out there, but Elude makes some pretty tight rats. If you can get his wood ones, I suggest it, but he makes some great composite ones too. So that's there you go, man. That's the Goon Gill. Yeah, Grat. There you go. Lee, I don't know how much they are, man. Actually, I bought it so long, I don't know, man. Anyway, it's a great bait. Hey, we're gonna have JP on here in a minute, but it's kind of open topic tonight. Chase Vanover's got a great question. Where am I fishing rats? I fished them in every pond I've ever been to. The rat that I fish, I keep in my hand. It's one that Marty Burns made me. It's a balsa rat, and it's a crank down waking rat. It's super buoyant. I've literally caught bass, and my buddy Alan Handler made me like my OG rat out of wood, made it out of bass wood. And I've caught fish cranking down the rat. And similarly, when I crank it down, if I get near cover, I'll start to dead walk the rat too. So dead walking it is a great technique with a lot of bigger baits, right? It looks injured. It has a lot of action. So all the ponds that I fish, I've caught rats on rivers, anywhere from the Roanoke River, and I've caught them on ponds. I fished some rats with Austin Neary. One of the first rats I ever threw was a Nizuma rat. I think it's 22nd Century. And the Nez rat, that was a giant rat, and it's one of the biggest rats I've ever thrown, probably in that 5 to 6 ounce category. And the rat's probably with the tail 12 inches long, so it's a monster profile. And we fished that in a big bass event. And so literally, I think bass are predatory. It's a big bait, it's a big meal, and they recognize it as such. So I think it can generate bites anywhere for you, Chase. So yeah, Lee, is $130. What Lee, what are you talking about? Did you go to the Elude site? Let me check it out. I'm gonna go check it out. Let's see, Elude baits. Let's look for the Goon Gill. I'm curious myself now. I don't know what I paid for it, but I'm gonna be throwing it a lot more because that thing was just beautiful. Yeah, there you go, man. $137. That's pretty darn good for a bait like that. And I got to tell you, it's made correctly. I'm loving it. It's a sleeper, man. And you get extra tails too, which is cool, replaceable tail. So you don't got to stress. I mean, and what's cool is, this one came with a black tail, but they've got a bunch of other colors that you can like put in. I mean, I'm looking at like olive. They got chartreuse purple, clear. But anyway, yeah, man, Goody was pretty stoked, man, when I sent him that video too. And they're in stock. So, all right. So Mark D, great question. Let's talk about the setup that I use. So yesterday I was throwing 50-pound braid. You could certainly step it up or down. That's up to you. But I think 50 is a good, the thicker the braid, the least likely you are, if you do get an overrun, to not be able to get that out. So even 65, I tied on a 20-pound big game leader, and I had a really short section, probably, I don't know, 2 feet. I threw it on a Spiralite, medium heavy, 7 foot, fast action. And this is the rod that I use for frogging, for whopper ploppering. I throw glide baits on it. And it's really the first time I didn't go straight braid. I was talking to Keith Thomas about the way he throws his glide baits. And he throws some really, really big glide baits. I should probably go grab one. Hold on. Let me go grab it, because this is you'll see the size of this thing. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, so this is his newest. You talk about a work of art, right? I mean, that's a gizzard shad if I've ever seen one. This is a big bait, obviously, and Keith is all about braid to a fluorocarbon leader. So that I did the big game because I don't know, man. I guess you could go fluorocarbon too. That's just what I had in my truck. I'm sure fluorocarbon would have been a better choice on the 20-pound, but Keith swears by braid to a leader, and I think he even does a longer leader. The reason I don't do a longer leader is that Spiralite rod's got like a micro guide at the tip, and I don't like that knot coming through. So I probably should change out the tip and be done with it. But a reason I like the Spiralite, helps me with casting accuracy. It's one of those rods where the guides wrap around, and I feel like when I'm big bait fishing, I don't have that line when I'm casting, because the guides start on top and then wrap around to the bottom. I feel like I can put the bait where I want. I did a lot of pitching. I pitched that gill around a lot because, I'm pond hopping and I might be under a tree, or, there's some reeds. So I'm pitching, I'm doing really short casts. I did bomb it a lot as well. So I just wanted to see if there's anything out. I don't know the contours of the pond. I'm just reading the water, doing a lot of parallel casting to like Phragmite banks, right? I saw some bluegill beds, bass that obviously spawned out. The fish I caught was around 4. She had the frame of a 6 because she completely just inhaled that bait. But yeah, man. So 7.5 medium heavy. I think a frog rod will do it on the Goon Gill. You might have to have a heavy, but 50, 65 pound braid. And if you can just go straight braid on rats. But I think if you're going subsurface, it doesn't seem to I don't know, impact me if I just go straight braid with the rat, because I'm mostly waking and I am cranking it down a lot too. So, but on these glides where that bait's under the water, but who the hell knows, man? These baits are so big. I don't know if they care. They're not looking at your line, man. That's just giant, right? Yeah, Lee, it's a Corrado, and I'm throwing the DC, and I looked at the gear ratios, kind of surprised because I thought I was throwing a 7-to-1. It was 8.5-to-1. So yeah, that's what I was throwing it on. Maybe not the optimal setup, but it worked for me. So I just grabbed my frog rod, and that's what I did, man. It wasn't the 200. It was the DC, Corrado DC, whatever the heck it is. So who said, who's watching tonight? Let's see who's in the house, man. We got Kyle Downey, Gino, what up? Riley Brody, big game. Let's get Haas on here. Is Brett Cartwright in? Anybody? I'll read the comments now. This is good. Oh, yeah. Mark D. I want to show this. I just put up, so we've been talking about balsa baits. I just put up the Morning Wood shirts. They're available for pre-order. Just opened up the site tonight. Let me take the jacket off so you guys can see the full shirt. But these are on Comfort Colors, which is a premium. It's kind of like a pre-washed t-shirt, man. Super soft. They're cut nice. They're generous. This is an XL, and I think Darius King was the first one to order one, man. So thank you, Darius. But yeah, we've been wanting to get these on the site for a while, man. So yeah, Morning Wood, man. This is my ode to Marty Burns, the good wood. You know what I'm talking about? There you go, man. So thank you, Marty Burns, for the inspiration, Goonie Wolf for the art, and my son for doing the print job. So pretty stoked about these. Yeah, they're up. This is an expensive t-shirt. So somebody say that. This is like top of the line. I think the shirt alone cost me like 10 or 11 bucks. So, and then I got to get the print on. And so don't, if you think they're too expensive, don't buy it. I'm not making a bunch of money on it. I'm just trying to cover a lot of the cost and, pay my son for his work on the Bass Lab. So Drew, that's classic. That's classic. What do you guys want to talk about? It's open topic. I think I could even invite somebody to come on. So let me know. Share your referral link. Let's see. StreamYard, new to streaming, to level up. Check out streaming, get $10. Huh. All right. If anybody wants to come on with me and share the screen, you should either text me or hit me up on Instagram. And hit me up at Epic Eric Official. I'm going to be looking at my messages and see if anybody'd like to come on tonight and join the stream. I think Big JP said he's going to be coming here soon. He's at Taekwondo tonight with his son. But when are the official outer shirts coming out? Nail polish show and tell. This is good. Let's see. E-Stack. Yeah. Gino's been on the tournament trail. I got a championship coming up on Kerr, Bugs Island. It's a 2-day with Captain Scooter. Hopefully we'll do well. We're actually going to get a practice day in there too, so we'll see, man. A lot of rain in the Carolinas this week, so it should be postponed. And tomorrow, just so you guys know, if you want to tune in, I'm going to be on the Bass University. Rob Jordan is joining me, and we're going to do round 2 of a bait hack episode. So if you didn't tune into the first one, you can catch the one tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, the Bass University. Justin Herant's going to be there, of course, the dean, and Rich Ledbetter, also known as Risby Fishing. So we're going to do that. And hey, I did tell you that I was on Bass After Dark, and the topic was for who, for what. And that was last week. That was Thursday. They stream Thursdays at 9 o'clock. It's producer and co-hosts. There's two hosts, let's say. Ken Duke, the amazing Ken Duke, who I just love. And they were on our show a couple weeks ago when Travis couldn't make it. You guys probably remember that opening where they said they were going to take over. And Brian the Carpenter, two of my most favorite people in the Bassin universe, BTC, formerly the producer of the Ike Live show and the Bass University. So they're doing their own thing. So for who, for what? For who, for what? Does anybody watching right now know who said that? For who, for what? I'm just going to let that marinate for a second. For who, for what? Let's see if there's any sports fans. This is a football reference. And it was a Philadelphia team called the Eagles. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the story. So Ricky Waters. Ricky Waters, I think, was a running back, and he was a pretty damn good. Yeah, Eagles receiver. Okay, I trust you there. For who, for what? So I guess they were in the playoffs or something. Maybe it's just a regular season game. You know how brutal, right? You know how brutal Philadelphia fans could be, right? So Ricky Waters was running across the middle for a pass, doing a route, and like the ball was thrown, and he was going to get lit up, and I think he knew it. Okay, running back. There you go. And he like didn't even make an attempt to lay out, stretch out. I think he alligator armed it, a little short arm the pass, and people just savaged him. And Ricky Waters, I think in an interview said, for who, for what? Why would I get myself hurt? For who, for what? So maybe I chopped this story up, but I think that was it. So BTC has told that story before. So that's what he wanted the show to be about, for who, for what. So I was thinking to myself, what the hell am I going to talk about? So, because they invited me on a guest, and there was a lot of guests. So I was like the second guest on. Izzy was on. He's like a Killer Bee Marine guy. That's his business out on the West Coast. And he was on the most popular Bass After Dark show. It was Randy Blockett and Ben Milliken talking about forward facing. So Izzy is a sonar expert, like from the military side, and he got to watch that show. So I come on and I say, you know what? I said, I'm going to go for who, for what? Okay, so for who? This is for all the people in the Bassin universe. This is for the grinders. This is for the old school bass fishermen. This is for, like me, a kid who in 1974-75, this is my original lifetime membership handbook that I got. It still has the Virgin sticker, the Virgin patch, the OG, right? So I spent $150 of my money to get this, and this is my handbook. So I won't go through the handbook, but this is what I want to go through. And I did this on the show, and I've even, I tabbed some pages, right? So this is the Bass Handbook of helpful Bassin hints. Does anybody know? What's up, Sean? Does anybody know? That was a lot of money, Devin, and I still get their magazine today. Does anybody know who wrote this? Look, so who wrote the helpful hints? You might think it was Ray Scott. I'll give you a clue. It wasn't. It wasn't Ray Scott. Thanks, Sean. All right. Well, we're going to go through these tips, and I want you guys as the audience, not Tommy Martin. Good guess. Good guess. Pogo Shed. Yeah, Andrew, you got it last time. That's a good hint. All right. So I'm going to read them, and what I want you guys to do is to tell me, it wasn't Doug Hannon, Wild Bill got it, wasn't Bob Cobb, wasn't Rick Clunn, Tom Mann. This is written by Tom Mann. All right. Here's 12. All right. Tell me if these are true today. And what I said was, what grates me a little bit, with the advent of this incredible military grade forward facing sonar, I hear a lot of people say everything we learned about bass fishing isn't true. I just got a message for them, and I'm like, I'm going to read these tips, and let's see if in 1975 or whatever, Tom Mann and his knowledge still holds true today. All right, here's number 1. Tell me if this still applies. Learn to fish the plastic worm. Yay or nay? Yay or nay? And maybe you wasn't fishing it this way, but I'm going to say this. Oh, hell yeah. Like Nico Like, I mean, drop shotting. Yeah, he's got it. All right, there you go. Is this true? One of the most important factors in catching bass is learning to work structure. Do bass still hang around structure? Yeah, they might be floating out there in the middle of nowhere on bait. But you know what? If I've read it one time in Bassmaster magazine, I've read it a million times. There's a bunch of suspended fish. They're on bait, of course, because bass have to eat. They were the toughest fish to catch. And what the technology now is allowing us to catch them. So I'm going to say, yeah, because I work structure all the time. And I've caught a ton of fish on structure and cover. All right. So, all right, let's go to the next one. Number 3. All right. Don't get discouraged simply because you have fished a few hours without a strike. All right. It's pretty general, but what do you guys think? I'm going to say, yeah. I mean, a lot of guys, who won the tournament? There was a guy, Buddy Gross was leading the tournament. He didn't eventually win. I think it was the most recent one. And he got like 9 bites. He said he got 9 bites, or maybe caught 9 fish in an 8-hour day. So that's 1 an hour, but they were big. So, all right, here we go. Number 4, learning on every trip is a must. Tom, man, that's what I'm saying. I mean, everybody's telling me now, like with forward facing, you're learning a lot. What did I learn the last time I was out? I learned that dead walk and a bluegill bait by cover is a damn good technique. Tom, I'm with you. All right. Number 5, learn how to use a few lures right. Learn how to master. I think that's what he's saying. Mastery of a certain lure is a strength. I mean, you look what people are doing now. There's a very limited tackle selection, so they're learning to master a couple. Tyler Williams, I think that's his name, the barefoot guy, jig only. I mean, I was watching Seth Fighter flip a swim jig tight. Like, dude, you know, I'm always thinking swim jigging because I'm a tidal river guy. I'm making long casts and grass beds, but he literally was up against hyacinth mats, pitching that thing like 10 feet. So he's got a mastery of the swim jig. I love that one. All right. All right. Let's see. Number 7. Do not assume that bass are in one location or one depth only. True or false? Let's let that marinate. The next one's really good too. All right. Through Santiago, or tries cut. He was putting fish these past trips. Drew, that's pretty good. That'll be logged for the soul crushing comments tonight. All right, here's another one. This is a good one. Learn how to use an open face spinning reel. Now, I don't know how many of you know, but Ken Duke let me know this. That's all Tom Man fished with. And for years, people were ridiculed for using what we would call a fairy wand. And now the sport is like, it's dominating, right? It's dominating. Holy crap. If you don't have a spinning rod, and I can remember, and I was talking to Ken Duke about this, man. Jason Christie, I think it was Hartwell. He was on this chatterbait bite. I've never seen anybody skip a chatterbait under a dock like he could. And I think he even commented to himself, what am I going to do? Pick up a spinning rod and slide a Senko around? He just wouldn't do it. And if he did, I think he would have caught that 5th bass and won the Bassmasters Classic. And then he comes back and he wins. Yeah, open face, right? He wins the Bassmasters Classic on a spinning rod. How about that? I mean, at least that was part of his win. That little scope minnow deal that he did. There's no question about it, right? Anyway, this is pretty cool. This is 11. Don't stand. No, it's not. Don't stand up. Stand up and fish to catch more fish. I think everybody's standing up today. Does anybody still sit down? I mean, Tom, if you go back and watch some of those old Bassmasters, there's a lot of people sitting in that front seat, right? Including one really popular crankbait grinder that we know who was really successful. But that's a pretty good tip. Anyway, man, number 12, get in shape to fish. I don't know, man. I think this was pretty cool. This was pretty cool. This is the Bass Handbook. So I said, for who, for what, man, that was me. I wasn't really channeling Ricky Waters. I was kind of anti-Ricky Waters, and that Ken Duke pointed out to me. But for who? It's for all the old guys and the information. And I think a lot of it still holds true today. So anyway, man, thank you guys for letting me share that. All right. What's next? Looking for Big JP. Give me a second while I call JP and see where he's at. Matthew Weimer. He's sending me pictures. There you go, man. Nice job, Matthew. Let's see where he's at. Big JP. Let's see if we can get him on the line. What's up, Diggs?
Hi, you've reached Big JP with Big JP's guide, sir.
Guess he's not coming on. Let's see if we can get Brett Cartwright on the phone. See if he wants to join. Somebody said, let's get the Hoss on the phone. I want to hear about his tournament update. Can we get him on the phone? Man, nobody's picking up.
Oh.
What's up, Hoss?
Oh, buddy boy, I'm down in my parents' basement right now looking at their furnace.
Oh, okay. So you can't pop on? It's all good, brother. It's all good. I'm on live right now. Travis is at the hospital.
Really?
Swear.
Am I on live right now?
Yeah, you're live right now, so don't say anything crazy. We just wanted to get a tournament report, man, from the Hoss himself.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all good, man.
I'm not working on anything. Nothing's broken.
Yeah,
but
you're just looking at it.
Yeah, they've had some stuff getting replaced. A few like valves go into like different zones, and they're
right.
And anyway, the guy had been here and like did a bunch of work, so I was like down here kind of checking it out.
Right on, man. All right, well, listen, do your thing. Take care of your ma. Take care of your pa, and we'll catch you on the backside, man. When's your next derby?
I don't think I'm fishing another tournament until the James River, like middle of June.
Okay, gotcha. Well, you got a little bit of a break.
Invitational, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Whenever I'm probably getting ready to go back home, but we'll see.
Right on. All right, brother. We'll take care of business there at the family house, man. Tell your mom I'll be late for dinner. All right, see you, man. Peace. All right. No Brett. No Big JP. Hey guys, no, Sean, I saw that you asked, man. So nothing life-threatening for Travis. I said at the early part of the show, I haven't gotten an update, but he said maybe he will share the story. There could be broken bones involved. I'll leave it at that. You know what I mean? I'll leave it at that. Let's see. Man bun. God, Travis. He's locked up right now in Canada for not calling in when he put his power phones down. Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny. Anyway, yeah, so it's probably going to be a big story. I can't wait to see what he shares with the audience. And you know, we're going to find out next Monday, unless something else happens. What are the chances that he could have 3 incidents in the span of a month? There's no way it could be 4. Who believes in that? 3 and you're done, right? 3 and you're done. I want to show you guys a few other things, man, because I know you guys have been waiting for this. So a couple people have been asking for it. We got the St. Lawrence Super Tanker coming up. We're going to open that up for pre-order. It's pretty tight, right? What do you guys think? I like the color of that shirt. We got, and this is for you, Anthony. Is Anthony on right now? Anthony? This is for Anthony, my boy. Tug Life right there. That's on a Peppa. It's called Peppa. That color's Peppa, like a charcoal. But that looks tight. Doesn't it? What do you guys think, man? That's pretty tight. It's pretty tight. That'll be next. And then if there's any, this is for my saltwater homies down in the Outer Banks. This one's Pier Rat. And I'll probably do River Rat on that color too, because I think that's going to look tight. You know what I mean? Pier Rat. Pier Rat. Anyway, that's for my homies down in the Outer Banks, man. So pretty stoked how these came out. Thanks to my son. He got it going for me. And yeah, man. Comfort colors. True to size. Again, if I didn't mention this, this is an XL. Boom. And I weigh about 215. So nice, soft, pre-washed. It's kind of like a faded look, if you will. Feels like one of my most favorite t-shirts. It's 100% cotton. Anyway. Yeah, man. David, he's got the Rise and Glide. Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys supporting the Bass Lab. What else, guys? Who's been fishing? Anthony is in the house, brother. What else you guys been doing? Who's been fishing? And what have you been catching? And who's got a tournament? Anybody learn anything new recently? Anybody trying any new techniques, new lures? What do you guys want to talk about? Let's see. Yo, Johnny Jenkins Outdoors, what's up? Yep, Lee. I got a tournament. It's a 2-day championship on Kerr. And yeah, I mean, it's raining like crazy in the Carolinas, so we'll see if the lake rises, but a lot of water is going to be coming in. So yes, sir. Bike M, congratulations. Won a tournament. Drew caught a skunk past couple times out. I feel you, brother. We've all been there. There's no question. JP Harrell fishing the Bass Nation event on the Upper Bay. Should be good, man. I got out there a couple weeks back with Jack Rinkers, and we absolutely scorched them. Oh, Riley Brody, learn the power of morning dawn. You know that's the color. That's righteous. Here's a morning dawn crankbait. What up? First of its kind ever. Oh, Anthony's going old school floating worm. All right, let's talk about floating worm hacks. Got any? Whoa! David Zickus, 4 pike over 34 on a soft swim bait and chatterbait. Damn. Yeah, Steve, listen, Travis is going to be okay. Guys, he's going to be okay. He is definitely injured. He absolutely had to go to the hospital. But he's going to be fine. He might be in a cast, but that's all I'll say. There you go. Brian was this caught a 6-4 on the Upper Bay on day 2 of the New Jersey team event, anchored a 19.8 bag. Brian, that's solid, dude. How did you end up overall? Matthew Weimer, that's right, man. Susquehanna Fish and Tackle has got their SFT tournament. And Matthew, is it still that free entry if you buy something over $75 or something like that? Best baits to throw here in the Northeast right now. Man, I'm thinking, Drew, where you are, have the fish spawned? I'm guessing they have. Most of them have in the Northeast right now. I mean, Anthony with the old school floating worm. I mean, it's getting to be top order time. If you've got shad in your area, watch out for the shad spawn. If you don't, bluegill spawn's coming up. They tend to spawn on, full moons. So, I mean, if you're in the more Northeast, like way north, it's still cool. New Hampshire. Oh, man, have your bass spawned? That's a good question. I'll wait for Drew. Hanger had an accident. No. JP, you're right. Flats are going to be a parking lot. Wacky rig. There's no question about that, Mike M. Can't go wrong with a wacky rig. Ain't no question about that. Spawn, post-spawn, fry garters. For sure. Water was a solid 55 on Champlain. Yeah, Johnny Jenkins, you know it's topwater time. Whopper, plopper, buzz bait. I mean, if that water is 55 and I'm chasing greenfish, man, it's good stuff. Yeah. Doug, what happened to Panger? I didn't see that. Let's take a look at the Instagram. We're all over the map. All right. We got a surprise guest coming on. It'll be a second, but let's see. I'm going to look for Panger. Oh, yeah. Anthony, for sure, man. Full moon tonight. It is going to be a sick week in the skinny. I like how you said that. Sick week in the skinny. Let's see what's going on with Matt Pangrak, man. I didn't hear about that. I don't see nothing on Matt. Nothing on his story. Oh, shit. Matt said he hit a guardrail with the truck, sideswiped it. So he's okay. That's good. All right, I'm sending this link out. We're gonna have a guest coming on here in a second. Give me 1 minute. We're gonna queue somebody up. All right, hit and send. Let's go. All right, just sent it out. Let me get back to the studio. We should have somebody. Hydroplane and rotor off. He's good though. That's good, man. Whoa, buddy's up on Champlain saying water temps in the upper 40s to low 50s. So they're way away from the spawn. Okay, Matthew Weimer, thank you. So for the SFT tackle, it's $250 in Shimano gear. All right. Got up to 55. So you're Devin, you're still way pre-spawn, man. David, man, yeah, the flick shake. I got away from it, but man, I threw that thing so long ago and caught some good ones. I don't know why I stopped throwing it. If anybody doesn't know what a flick shake is, basically a weighted wacky, and you could use a trick worm. Yeah, man, it's a heck of a technique. So many techniques, so little time. Kirk, what is the BOQ? Temps are mid 50s to low 60s on the BOQ. I'm very curious what the BOQ is. Let me text my buddy. All right. Ice. Cam Go Bay. What lake are you still on? Oh, Bay of Quint. Yeah, I gotta say, Nico is a hell of a technique too, man. You know, for sure. For sure. Let's see what else, man. I have not been looking at the chat. This is harder than it looks when you're solo. I can tell you that one. Yep. Who's fishing the Susquehanna Fishing Tackle Tournament coming up? Matthew, you jumping in? Anybody else? Or any of my homies? Who's new tonight? Let's talk about that for a second. Who's new in the chat? I'm really curious. Kirk, flick shake all day because I don't have the page for waitlist. That's funny. Who's new, guys? Who's new tonight? I see a bunch of the main guys for sure, no question. Tommy the Cat, that sounds new. Cam Gabay, you sound new. Wave, come on, brother. Wave's currents tonight. She ain't fooling anybody. Diggs, you went back to Sluggos? Talk to me, man. Tell me why. That's an interesting move. I mean, that's kind of like the original, right? Little Rich, not new, but have a fresh mouth. That's good stuff. What else? Who's new tonight? Sound off. All right, hold on. I'm just checking in. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right. Oh, I'm getting some text, guys. Let's see what's happening. Oh, there we go. All right. Can you guys guess my next guest? He was in the chat. He's a New York guy. Let's bring him in. What up?
Oh, what up, AE?
Gino, the operator. You can turn your phone sideways and you can get bigger.
Got to figure out how I can hear you a little better, but I'm on it.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, you get your tech stuff going, man. Kyle, yeah, Don Pryor would be awesome to get on, man. I want to get him on one day. He is hilarious.
For some reason, I cannot hear you, but we'll figure it out.
Me. Okay, no problem. Go to your settings.
Going now.
In StreamYard, and then you can test your audio and test your speaker. You know, let's see if one of those two works. The buttons. What are you on your laptop, or are you on your phone?
Weird, buddy. I'll figure it out. It's going to things right now.
Marker
settings, audio.
Yep. Okay. And you can push the test button to test it, you know.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I got you. Yeah, I went into the settings. I had to go on the speakerphone. We got this, EE. First time, we got it.
There you go, man. Good job, man. So what's new, Gino? What's going on?
Not much. Doing official tournaments. Got back from the Race Scott Championship. Did pretty good down there.
Tell us about the Race Scott Championship. Where was that?
Lake Eufaula, Alabama.
First time there?
First time I've ever been to Lake Eufaula.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Great lake. A lot of big fish. Fun.
Yep.
You do a little bit of everything there. I fished some offshore brush piles, fished some shallow shad spawn, fished flipped. There was wood, cypress trees. It was good time. Oh yeah.
How big is that lake, man? Is it huge?
Yeah, pretty big. It's you got to learn. It was a little different running it. There's a channel when you first come out of where we launch. There's poles. Then you got to run the channel all the way down in. You go under some bridges, and then it's pretty big lake.
Nice, man.
Very diverse lake. It was fun. First time ever being there. It was a good time.
How'd you end up?
I ended up in 10th place. I did good. I had a little comeback. I had a horrible first day. 11.5 pounds the first day. Sitting in 50th place, and then second day got back on track. Caught 17.5. Put me in the 20th. And then I didn't think I was going to be able to make a top 10, but I ended up catching 18.5 the final day and jumped into 10th place.
Nice, man. What was your number one technique?
I would say a jig, and a spinnerbait, in some around some wood and in some brush piles.
Okay, gotcha. Did the jig get the bigger bites for you?
Yes, definitely caught some bigger bites in the jig. In practice, I caught a 7.4 on the jig.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Had that in a tournament.
Oh yeah. I went back to that same group of trees, probably 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the tournament. Like, come on, sweetie, just bite. Come on, baby.
Do you think she was spawning?
No, I think she was pre-spawn. She was really fat. She was just sitting in some trees in the on the starting going into a spawning pocket. So I think she was
gotcha. Pre-spawner.
Yeah, and I think she just moved up in and I couldn't find her.
Yeah. Wow, man. What's your go-to jig, man? Do you still make your own?
Yep. Actually that was I make my own lure parts online. You have the weedless one. And then that one actually was a poison tail jig one. A little bit bigger head, came through the brush a little better.
Okay. Nice.
Made it myself.
Nice.
It's a good time. It's nice
are you an old school rubber guy or silicone?
A little bit of both.
Okay,
I'll mix. Yeah. Some of the stuff I think I'm going to send you some of that stuff. The old school square rubber. And yep. Got to be hand tied.
Oh,
for sure.
Of course. Yep. What's your go-to hook, man, on your jig?
It's a Gamakatsu 30 degree. That swim jig hook that they have, the Gami hook. I like that hook.
Can't beat it. Can't beat Gami, man. It's so tough to beat a Gami. No question about it. Nice, man. It's nice to pour your own lead for sure, man. Make your own jigs. Tip of the hat to the garage bait maker, man, and the do-it-yourself guy, right?
For sure. Man.
So that's a great finish, man. Is that your best finish ever, like at a big national event?
Yep, for sure. I didn't do good the other times I went down. I went to Shreveport, Louisiana, Red River.
Yeah,
that was tough. That was a different fishery. And then I went to where did we go the year before? But that was my best finish for sure.
Okay,
good. I felt a little calm. It was good. I felt better overall. I didn't have a co-angler practicing with me, so I kind of got my head straight and got fished well. Good practice, fished well.
Yeah, you felt good going into it. What was your? So you said your day one was tough. What happened?
Believe it or not, I had a little bit of electrical issues where I lost both of my Lowrance graphs. So I was fishing some offshore brush and then some, up shallow brush that was you couldn't see. So not having my waypoints definitely
that'll throw you off.
Hurt me. Definitely threw me off. But I learned a valuable lesson. I will 100% take them, get a computer chip, put it in, back them up to I have a brand new 12-inch Hummingbird, two brand new Garmins. I definitely will have it backed up so they go into that definitely a live and learn experience for sure.
Heck yeah, man. That is a painful and valuable lesson to learn. No doubt about it, man. There's nothing like it.
They actually did a pretty cool thing this year. They didn't do an Angler of the Year dinner because I won Angler of the Year last year for the ABA in the Northern Division. They took the money that they're going to have for the dinner, and they fished in a separate tournament within the tournament for $5,000. So the highest placing Angler of the Year got another check for $5,000 that the race got.
Right.
So I end up being about 4 pounds away from of doing that. So first day, 18, 19 pound day, or even a 17 pound day. So it cost me about, if I could have done it. I was catching 17, 18 pounds every day in practice. So I felt pretty confident catching 17, 18 pounds every day.
So what did you do when you figured you didn't have your electronics, no waypoints? How'd you adjust?
Actually, believe it or not, I used the Hummingbird. Wherever I had a little squiggly line in the Hummingbird where I went back and forth to fish, I just kind of ran to that. Yeah. And then I did have the forward-facing sonar. So once I got close, I could put the forward-facing sonar and scroll along and find what I was fishing.
You could find your brush or rock or whatever.
Yeah, just took the efficiency went way down. You know what I'm saying? So it took me
for sure.
Instead of running right there and having 30 seconds, you're there to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. Yeah, I lost some of that time efficiency. That's all.
How many brush piles and different, pieces of cover did you hit a day? Like when you had your units all working properly?
When they were all working, I probably could hit 100 to 150 of them.
So on day 2, when you caught your 18 pounds, is that what you caught? Like,
Yep. I fished about 100 different brush piles.
So wow, and an 8-hour tournament, that's like really just like ping, 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 ping.
You see them moving. Yeah, they're either there, they're not there. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. It's pretty kind of like fishing up north, fishing your single boulders and stuff. You run to the boulder, you scope it, no fish, you leave. Next one.
Interesting. So, it's a wild way to fish.
Yeah, it's different. But then I just fished a tournament. I think I was telling you, it's always something with owning a brand new bass boat, right? So you just got to deal with it. You just got to say, I got to take a deep breath.
True.
And JP and me both it's called luxury problems, right? So you're like, it's just a luxury problem.
What do you mean?
I go to the launch site. I'm fishing just a paper tournament up to Ticonderoga. Go to the launch site. I'm fishing every weekend, practicing. Was on pretty good bag up there. And pull the boat out of the garage in the morning, turn the power on, everything's working great. Have a brand new Militech in there. It's a great battery. Richie at there set me all up. I mean, my boat is set up, dialed in really well.
Right.
I get up there, turn the main power on. In the Ranger, everything goes on, and you hear a little doo-doo-doo-doo, let you know everything's on. I don't hear no little doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What's going on?
Is this a team tournament?
Team event. Yeah, team event. Me and my brother. Cash and rods paper tournament out of Ticonderoga.
Just so fun. Fishing with your bro. Okay.
Fish with the little brother. Yeah, I love fishing with my little brother. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And so we, no power issue. And of course, me and JP talk all the time. I'm on the phone with JP. He's like, just relax. He's trying to talk me through it. And I'm having a little bit of a come apart moment. Yeah, I'm having a moment. So I kind of was a little rude to him and my brother and everyone else, which I apologize to everybody.
All right.
And so we get the jump pack on it and it starts. So I'm like, all right, we're good. You know what I'm going to do? Just going to leave it running all day. I'm never shutting it off. My brother's like, what? I go, where's the fish? Who cares? I got a full tank of gas. Who cares? So we fish with the big motor on all day long. Doesn't affect one bit. I mean, fishing shallow stuff, fishing, crazy. Fish 10 feet away from the boat. Boat's running, catching fish one right after another. Let it run all day. Ended up doing good. Had 22 pounds even on 5, and we won.
That's amazing. With the motor
running.
running.
Because I went through it. Yeah, didn't win any money. I took a tank of fuel running all day idling, but no big deal. Wasn't about the money, right?
Isn't that interesting, though? You would have thought before, but if I told you before the tournament, you think you can catch 22 pounds with your big engine running, would you have said no freaking way?
I definitely would have said no.
Yep.
I definitely would have said no.
I had a similar situation with my buddy Jack Rinkers. So we qualified for the Bass Nation Championship. We go down to the Harris Chain of Lakes. It's full of grass this year. I'm a grass fisherman. There was no live scope back then. I did have the side scan. And so I spent a lot of the day side scanning, and you could see sand and hydrilla corners, like intersect big patches, right? So tons of waypoints, right? And in practice, we're catching 5s and 6s we laid off on. They're there. They're there. So day of the tournament.
Sorry about that. My dog is barking.
No worries. I can't hear him hardly. First day of the tournament. Start the engine. We're good. I'm running. Dude, at 42 or 44 miles an hour, my boat goes, whoa, whoa. I can't get it up. Our boats are passing me. So it didn't matter what number. We were last to get to where we were, right? And I think we were in Eustis at the mouth of the canal. And overnight, it went from 75 degrees to 37 in the morning. 15 to 20 mile an hour winds. All my electronics, so my bass boat run at top speed. Number 2, there was something going on with my master power switch. All my electronics were fried. I could not see anything. There were lines going through my graph. I wasn't getting full power. So basically, we just had to fish old school through feel, through areas where we thought, I could see my 2D. I could see when I'd work the grass line, get out of the grass, and I know we're on a grass edge work. Dude, we're sitting in 16th or 17th place after day 1. And my buddy dumped a 5 and a 4.
Oof.
We would have been top 3 going into day 2.
Would have murdered it.
He dumps a 5 and a 4, literally. And I'm like, my first fish of the day was a 5 and change. I actually got on the Bassmaster website. It's pretty cool. And I was trapping. So I fished clean that day. I think I had 4 out of our 5 fish in the limit. He did put 1 in, but we needed those 2 that he dumped. And that's the year. That's the year Matt Robertson won, by the way, on him fishing. So, pull in, weigh in. We're doing good. We're still in the hunt, right? We're not out of it by any stretch. We're in Florida. Next spike could be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And it's pre-spawn, by the way. Yeah. Pull into the service yard. I feel like I'm a professional finally. Like pull in, Yamaha guy pops out, man. He's looking at things. Go, you got a bad master power switch. Replaces my master power switch. And I go, what about the fuel thing? They check everything out. We don't know what's going on with your engine. Dude, day 2, same thing. I'm running. I can't get over 45 miles an hour. It just wants to quit. What it turned out was there was a pinch in the fuel line that they didn't find. So,
oh my God,
going through rough water, there was a turn of the fuel line and it was getting pinched. They found it out after day 2. Get to my spot, dude. The boat is dead. They didn't even fix. They gave me a brand new master power switch, but didn't do it right. So I had to jump, and we fished with the engine running all day.
It's crazy.
Still came in 37th place. I did lose a big one at the end of the day that would have popped us up in the top. I don't know. Who knows? Top 20
so
probably.
I know I probably could have turned a graph on, but I fished the first time ever in a long time up there, not a graph on. I've spent a lot of time in my life on tide, but nothing, like running to the spot, no graph, no depth, nothing.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Isn't that interesting? So you don't have any of your graphs on, your boat is running. You're like, probably if I asked you before that day, what would you catch? You probably would have said, we're going to suck, and you win.
Yeah, and you win.
Isn't that weird?
Yep.
Is the universe trying to tell you something?
Positive mental attitude, baby. Got to stay positive.
Yeah, man. Well, your brother, you got to credit your brother. He kind of talked me into fishing it, right?
He did. My brother talked me off the ledge. Usually JP will talk me off the ledge when I'm having a bro moment, but my brother's like, calm down, relax. This is our lake.
Yeah.
We've won a lot of tournaments there, a lot of team events there, Reynolds tournaments and different tournaments there. It's like, just calm down, dude. We got this. He's like, we smash them in practice. We'll do good.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Yeah. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Of course you're like, you spent all this money, $100,000 bass boat. What the heck? It's the dumbest thing. It was just a battery brick. Militech was great. Next day, I called. They weren't open on Saturday. I called Monday. Tuesday morning, the battery sitting at my door. Put it in. They give you a shipping label back in. I'm back up and running. I just went up to Lake George this year. It was a good time. Yesterday, caught a bunch of fish. Everything's back in order.
Oh, nice, man. Lake George, huh?
Yeah. Went to Lake George. I wanted to go to Saratoga, but they had a kids regatta there where they do the rowing.
Yeah,
and they take the whole lake up. It was amazing. It's kind of cool to see all the kids, doing that much. But yeah, you can't even go to the lake. So it's like, all right, I'll just run up to Lake George. And
man, that's crazy. Let's go back to the tournament. How did you win? Like, talk to me. Talk to everybody about your pattern on tie. What was the water temp?
Water temp was 50s. Some in the backwaters 55. Getting real right to fish. But
you're pre-spawn.
Same thing this time of the year. Yep, pre-spawn, right. Same thing. Chatterbait, spinnerbait, flipping a jig in the brush. Ties are a fun place to fish. That time of the year. So lipless, square bill, the same, almost the exact same things you throw everywhere. Pulled up to the first spot in the morning there. Just a rock point. Throwing the square bill. That's what calmed me down too. I caught about 15 fish in about 20 casts. The motor running. I'm like, all right, we can do this. Catch this many fish first thing in the morning. We'll be all right.
The bass gods were shining down on you and your bro, man. That's awesome.
Yep. Had a double for the day. Me and my brother. There was another group of guys fishing in the same bay with us. So we cheers the 2 4-pounders.
Oh man, that's nice.
The guys were like, real nice guys. Yeah.
Did they make it to weigh in? I guess so. The 2 4s, right?
Yeah.
They made it to weigh in.
Yep. They made it to weigh in. What did he weigh them? You video them, and you write it down, and you keep track, and then you let them back go. So
that's why they call it a paper tournament. I gotcha.
Yeah. Yep. It's pretty. Obviously on the honor system, but the tournament was really close. We had 22. There was some 2170s, 2160s. So everyone was right. We were all fishing around each other all day, so everyone was kind of doing the same thing,
Nice. And did your brother and you catch them on the same bait? Like, how do you work it? Like, okay.
Well, we go down just like with team events. That's why I think me and my brother fish real well. If we go down like a weed line or like there, we're going down some brush and some shoreline. He'll throw out, and then I'll flip the trees, or he'll throw. So we try to throw 2 different baits. Obviously. One of us is, flipping a jig. One will be throwing a chatterbait, spinnerbait, lipless, or a square bill on the outside edge. And then you're like, okay, I just flipped 3 trees and caught 3 good ones. So then we both go to flipping and do well. Or, obviously if he's catching them on the outside edge, or same thing going down the weeds, One person's frogging, flipping weeds. The other person's fishing the outside edge. And
right on. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to
fish a lot of team events. Yeah, you got to stand, guys stand up front to each other and really definitely in tune with each other,
Absolutely. Is he a righty or a lefty?
He's a righty. We're both righties, and we're both not small. So it's nice with my new Ranger. It's bigger, but boy, we grew up fishing with some real small, real shoddy boats. Old Stratoses, Raging Cajuns, and both of us up front, and it's kind of fun.
Tough. It is fun, man. I always wondered about that. So I'm a lefty. I real left-handed. I think I reel the proper way because I cast with my right arm.
Yeah.
And my rod is still in my hand as I engage the reel. No switching needed. Do you cast right-handed and then switch the rod to your left hand and reel right-handed?
Yep. I cast right. I pitch and flip righty, a nice reel with the left-handed reel spinning.
Oh, you are a left-handed reel.
Yeah. On my spinning ones I do. On my bait caster, I do the opposite. I switch over. I don't know why, and didn't do it so
crazy?
long. It's so hard.
There's no way you can stop. You can?
I bought a punching reel that is when I'm punching because it's just you just boom up down. Boom. I don't switch. I have a left-handed reel for that. Besides that, I use the right-handed reels for everything.
Yeah, there's no way I could reel right-handed. I'd be fine reeling right-handed, but this arm is just not coordinated enough to like set the hook, provide rod action. I'm so right-hand dominant. I've got to be able to twitch, provide bait action. It's all here. It's my power. So the reason I bring that up is Scooter is the opposite, right? He reels right-handed. So if I'm on the front and we're together, I'm sweep setting away from him. I want to sweep across my body with my right arm. So I'm going to the left side of the boat, right? And he's going to the starboard side, right? So it's perfect. You know what I mean? It works out. And I can cast over this shoulder. So I'm not casting over his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's really, I guess for a guy like you that reels right-handed most of the time, I'm good. I'm out of your way, right? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Just give me 30 seconds. I'm going to put my dogs away.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Do your thing.
30 seconds.
You got it, man. Absolutely. Good night, Anthony. Thanks for tuning in, my brother. We'll get you your Tug Life shirts real soon. So, again, if you guys just joined, I think I already got an order. Thank you, Michael Crow. The Morning Wood shirts are available for pre-order. It's open. It's a Goonie Wolf design, and it's on 100% cotton tee. It's comfort colors. It's one of the best t-shirts out there, man. It's primo. So good luck, man. Good luck, Anthony, tomorrow on your skinny water adventures. So what's next, buddy? Man? What's your next derb?
Next derb, I think, is the Potomac for the ABA Maryland division because all my tournaments are free.
Yeah.
Because I won Angle of the Year. Because there's no New York division this year for the ABA, which kind of hurts. Kind of a kick in the cunyan because all my tournaments were paid for the year. But
that's brutal.
Yeah, it is what it is. No big deal. And it was a good schedule too. We were going to Thai for the first one, and Oneida, and everywhere we do really do well. And it was like, man.
Yeah. So where are you now? So you got to fish the Maryland division. So where do they fish?
Potomac. Yeah, everyone is on the Potomac. Every single one.
How many are there?
The same thing. It'll be the 3 regular season and then the 1 championship, a 2-day championship.
Oh man, when's the championship?
Towards the fall, September.
Grindy month, man. When's your first one coming up?
The end of the month, the 28th or the 29th of this month.
Oh, so you have a lot of post spawn action going on.
Yep. So
yeah, they went.
Still, the tournaments are paid for, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to enter anyways, but I'm still like up in the air if I'm going to. And we don't do it for the money, but it's like, boy, if there's only going to be 20 or 30 boats, and I'm going to drive 8 hours, get a room, do a stuff, and I can only win, maybe you win $1,500. It's a tough call.
Single day, Saturday.
Yeah, single day. Yep, single day Saturdays. Yep. But
unlimited practice, or you get a practice?
No, it's official. The professional league's official practice. The 2 days prior. Same thing. You have to follow all the rules, do everything, be off the water.
Yeah.
That Friday, at a certain time, you can. With the ABA, they allow you to buy a freedom pass, so you don't have to go to the safety meeting the night before, so which gets you a little bit of time.
Right. Are you going to practice at all? Or are you just going to show up?
No, I think I'm just going to show up, do 2 days of practice, and send it. I'm 90% sure I'm going to do the first one to see how I like the Potomac. Everyone's like, "Oh, you'll like it. It's really good." It kind of fishes like Champlain. I fished a ton on the Hudson River, so I fished. In the Hudson and Mohawk, I fish a lot of river stuff. So
Yeah.
should be okay, but
You're used to tides. All right.
Yep. Definitely fished the Hudson a lot. There used to be a lot of tournaments on the Hudson.
They launched it out of Mattawoman?
I'm gonna have to say I can't remember where we're going out of.
Yeah, probably Mattawoman.
Yeah.
That's down south. So interesting, man. Yeah. The river's fishing a little tougher this year, less grass, hard winter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it definitely was a rough winter.
Mm-hmm.
It's
for sure.
Warming up here. Everything's just warming up.
How did the grass survive in Thai?
Pretty bad, actually. There's really no grass going up, and even like all the cattails will they'll green up, where they'll get on them, and stuff like that, and everything. Everything's dead still, completely dead, barren, just dead. Nothing's green yet. Yeah. The only thing that's good is the water's high, so there's some fish up in the trees, which is fun.
That's nice. Mike M wants to know where you're from, man. He's in the Saratoga area.
Okay, I'm from North Greenbush, New York. I went to Averill Park High School, but I moved to Skodak, right next to JP. So I live in Skodak now. My brother moved here. JP's down here, so I moved close to my brother and JP.
Okay, gotcha. How'd you and JP meet, man? How long you known each other?
I've known JP for a long time. We actually met on a job site. I kind of knew of him and his dad from fishing because obviously they're both 7 feet tall guys and they're both good fishermen. In the local tournament trail that me and my dad fished, there was there's an Anderson's trail, like a Northeast team bass trail. It was a team event. So I kind of knew of him then, and then we started working at Albany Medical Center, putting on a huge addition because I'm in the union, JP's in the union, obviously you guys know. And so we kind of talked, and we knew we both fished, and we kind of chatted, and then we just kind of became friends, and we've been really good friends and fishing ever since.
How many years now?
Oh boy, that was 2010, maybe 2008. 2009 or 2010. Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time, man. Yeah, Mike M said he grew up in Skodak, man. Small world, man.
Oh, it is a small world. Yeah, dang.
Yep. East Ag. Mike M, you're close to me. Boston Lake. You know Boston Lake?
Yeah, Boston Lake's a really good fishery, man. That's a great place to fish.
Is it really?
I run a tournament trail, Greenbush Bass, and our record, fish limit record comes out of there, 33 pounds on
Good
5.
God almighty. What?
Yeah.
What's it like?
How
does Boston set up, man?
You kind of do a little bit of everything. There's a lot of lily pads, reeds, stuff to fish along the shoreline, but then there's some rocks out deeper. The one end of the lake's like a big channel. There used to be some monster. I haven't been there in a while because it's tough to launch there. There's this like restaurant you got to kind of launch at. It was kind of closed, and then you get a key and then you leave it open. So it's kind of tough to launch there, but there's some big fish in there.
Wow.
I've caught an 8-pounder out of there.
Is
a
it
7
clear?
and an 8. It's like some part of the lake is like a tannic black.
Oh wow.
Warms up quick. Get a lot of lily pads. The cattails grow up those root balls that kind of grow.
Yeah.
In those tannic water stuff, they're like them basket right under them. You can punch them. It's a good time to fish that place.
That's cool. Devin Willis says I should do a retirement tour in New York. He said I'd love all the natural style lakes up there.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're spoiled in New York. We have phenomenal Oneida, Cayuga, the St. Lawrence. It's just the tournament. Cayuga, they had a paper tournament there this weekend. It was like 3 30-pound bags brought in on 5.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
That's
it's just
crazy.
Yep. Yeah,
I heard
we definitely were spoiled.
Another 10, right? Didn't Cayuga put out a 10 last year or something crazy?
Yep. They put out a 12-pound largemouth.
12-pound largemouth, right?
And still that 9-something smallmouth that has the state record.
That's crazy.
So both state records, the smallmouth and the largemouth state record are both out of Cayuga now.
Man,
but they're all good. Everywhere around there's good. All those other Finger Lakes around there is phenomenal too.
Yeah. Devin says the Adirondacks have a bunch of smaller largemouth lakes that I'd like as well.
Yes.
Upper Cranberry, Saranac Chain.
Yep, Saranac's great. All those places are phenomenal. See, we fish a lot of those smaller ones. Screw Lake. I run the tournament trail called Greenbush Bass. We do 8 tournaments a year and a classic. And it's a team trail. It's only $100 entrance fee. It's a fun, just get together club. We it's competitive though, real competitive. There's a lot of really good fishermen that fish it, and but yeah, we fish a lot of the smaller lakes. We fish the Mohawk River. We fish Saratoga Lake. Saratoga Lake's a fun lake to fish. We go to Champlain a couple times. Yeah. We've been to Scroon. We've been to St. Catharines in Vermont. Just a bunch of small, just really fun lakes to fish.
Is it a team trail or is it more individual and then non-boater?
It's weird. So we run a club, and you can join the club, and you're in the club for points for the year, and you fish the team event with your partner, and you get your points from an open. So anyone can fish the tournament, any team trail, anyone can come in. Me and you could fish and not be part of the club and just go and fish the tournament for fun. And usually we get 50 boats. On 50 boats, we guarantee $1,500 on first prize for a $100 entrance fee. So it's a pretty good day. And then we keep our points for our club members out of the opens. So you could come in 10th place in the open, but still take first club points.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. That's cool. Yeah.
Yep. And then we pay out at the end of the year, first, second, third, and fourth team. It all depends on how many boats we have for the year. We usually average about $1,200 to $1,300 for the first place team. Then it goes down to 8, 6, and 4. We do it's fun club. We do a Christmas party at the end of the year. Everyone has a good time. Man. Everyone comes over. We get it catered from my friend Paul Lombardi's. Phenomenal food. We just all bust on each other, bust on the year, talk about the things happening for the year. It's a good time.
That's very cool, man. How many guys in the club?
Right now, I think.
Go ahead.
Right now, there's probably 40 guys in the club. We just picked up two new ones, so maybe like this year will probably be up to 50, 25 teams.
Okay. So it's a team event, like.
Yep.
So you're fishing now, if you're a team, you're weighing in your fish as a team, right?
Yes, you're weighing your fish as a team. Yep.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
And then you can jump in as non-members as a team and just fish a club event.
Just fish the club event. Yep.
Are you guys part of the Bass? Are you part of the Bass Nation sanction?
No.
Can you become that? You should be able to.
We could. We definitely could, and now we could. A lot of the older members that we used to have in the club were against it for some reason.
Really?
My father, Bob Gilligan, Eddie Prizer, and a bunch of older guys founded the club, and they were really against it. I don't know why. They used to argue all the time. Remember when I was a little guy at the club meetings? You can never keep, 50 guys in a room. You're never keeping everyone happy. So you'd have a club meeting, and they'd always be arguing about everything about, rules and things, and or why we wouldn't join the federation, why we would. And so now most of them, it's sad to say, most of the older guys are all passed away and gone. So pretty much me and my brother run it. A couple new guys have stepped up to help. And we do have one of the older guys, Jerry Gibson. He's their secretary and treasurer. He was just in the Bassmasters magazine fishing with Ike Anelli. Jerry just battled cancer and got through the whole cancer thing. And Mike Iconelli took him out fishing, and it was pretty awesome.
Nice, man. Nice. That's pretty cool. How long has the club been in existence?
1976. My father and his friends started.
That's crazy, man. Wow. Dang, man. That's unbelievable. Wow. So Darius is at St. Clair again next week. Darius King's from Kentucky, by the way. He just tuned in.
Yeah. What's up, Darius?
Yeah, he's a cranker, man. How is that's interesting, man. How many people in the club are like really hardcore forward facing guys?
Not a lot, actually. Our club's kind of a little bit old school. A lot of the guys will have like an active target 1, because it just came with their boat, but they're not like 3. Most of the guys in the club don't have it, or have like maybe like 1 screen up front. Yeah. I'm probably one of the only guys that's running 3 screens. A lot of the guys, because we fish a lot of old school we're fishing Thai, Saratoga, Milfoil Lake, you know, weeds, things. We don't fish a lot of scoping places. You know, the Mohawk River is all chestnut and stuff like that. So you're punching, flipping, you know, fishing chestnut.
Gotcha. Yeah. Hey, Devin Willis wants to know, where do you post? He hasn't seen anything on Facebook since 2021, man. Where can he find it for?
We just have a new guy that's doing our PR because me and my brother are horrible at it because I'm a hillbilly farmer. But so we just had a PR guy, Guppy, really good dude.
Oh, Guppy.
Guppy.
Yeah, we know Guppy.
He just started our Facebook page, so it's Greenbush Bass, one word, Greenbush Bass, East Greenbush Bass, and it started, and we have, I think he's got us like 600-700 people on there already, and has everything posted. He did such a good job with it. He has you can go up, and underneath it is the launch site, directions, everything on there. He did a really good job.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
Cool. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Our first one will be on Champlain opening weekend.
You must be one of the bigger clubs out there, right?
Yes. There used to be we're about even. There was Albany area Bassmasters, Helderberg, a bunch of really good small clubs around the area. We used to do a battle. The top 10 guys in each club used to fish against the top 10 guys in everyone's club.
Yeah.
That was a great time. It was probably one of my funnest tournaments, 2 fish for the year. And then whoever got it, the clubs got smaller and smaller. And then they just we don't do some of the clubs like Albany area Bassmasters, I think just has 10 guys. Helderberg closed. Yeah. Our club almost failed. Like I said, I was talking to you before about it. We had to go to a club event with an open. So you had enough money
to get more people, right?
To get more people. Yeah. Because the problem is everything's so expensive, and you just fish a small club, $60 entrance fee. You're going to drive to Ticonderoga and win $120. It doesn't even pay for the gas in the truck and the boat. So people are like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore.
Is that why the club scene is dying? Because things are just gotten out of hand in terms of cost for bass fishing?
Yeah, everything's just so expensive. I mean, think about your bass boat, you know? I think it's priced, just everything in general, it's economy and everything. It's just priced. Yeah. Everyone out of it, you know. We try to figure that all the time too. We see all these people are buying new boats. Thayer sells all amazing amount of boats every year. Yeah. But they don't come fish tournaments. Where are they going with them brand new bass boats?
Where are they going?
I think they can't afford both. I think they can't afford to have a $700 to $900 boat tournament and then also fish a tournament. You know, even if it's a small giddy up tournament, by the time you still put $100 in the tournament, gas, you know, room, everything else.
Yeah.
You know,
you're right, man. That's an expensive weekend. Travel, expensive weekend. Time off of work if you're trying to be competitive to practice a day.
Yeah,
for sure.
They just kind of go fun fishing with it.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they're just fun fishing, you know, just for the joy of it. Interesting, man. Very cool, man. Well, thank you for coming on, my brother. I appreciate it, man. Bro. We'll make it a short one tonight, you know, and hopefully Travis will be back in the saddle next week. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully it's all right.
Yeah, dude. Call, like, literally said I'm on the way to the hospital. Texted me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got an update. He's nothing life-threatening, everybody, for sure.
Yeah, I got you.
He's going to be fine. So,
that's good.
Yeah.
We'll all say a little prayer for him, right?
Yep. Big JP didn't post up. Said he was going to be on. I guess he got involved in a foot massage that he couldn't get out of.
Maybe he gets busy. His kid does the Taekwondo there. His kid's phenomenal at that, man. It's to tell you one thing, from first watching the first couple times to now, man, amazing. He's really into it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So JP does the good father thing and make sure he goes to every single. He doesn't miss a one, not a one.
No doubt about it, man.
Doesn't miss a one.
Family first. That's JP's motto. No doubt about it, man. So.
For sure.
Well, good stuff, Gino, man. Dude, I've enjoyed it, man. Thank you for telling us about Eufaula. Thank you for telling us about your club. And once again, if somebody wants to join your club, where can they find you?
Yep. It's Greenbush Bass. And it comes right up on Facebook. And we take all sorts of members. Anyone can join. You can even fish. You can come fish the opens and you can fish them alone. We do a 5 fish limit.
Okay.
We run points. Our points are very easy. We do 2 throwaways out of the 8 tournaments.
Yeah.
And you can have a sub. So you can actually
nice.
yeah, so say if you were fishing, you had a wedding to go to, and you're like, hey, my partner, he has a sub. Yep, you bring a sub in, you fish, you still get your club points, you're good. You do 2 throwaways. So if you have to do something, family thing, stuff, you're still not out of it for points for the year. And, we make it fun. I got that little motto. We don't want to be the biggest, just the best.
All right, so you got 8 tournaments. You get 1 sub, and you can throw away 2 tournaments, meaning if you suck and or you can't make it. Right. Okay.
Yep.
That's really good, man. That's awesome,
so we try to make the rules so that it's, fisherman friendly. Everyone comes, everyone does stuff. You can, bring somebody. And so you want to fish a tournament with your kid. Be like, hey, your partner can't come. You want to have your kid come, your kid can come with you, just have fun and, just fish.
Right. I like it, man. That's awesome, man. You guys should be growing. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We average first tournaments. I mean, JP's won one of the first ones. I think one of our biggest one. We had like 87 boats.
Wow.
And then on tie, and then we'll do like between 80 and 90 boats the first one. Then we jump down to like 60 to 70, and then we average like between 50 and 60 middle part of the year. And then towards the end, when people start getting out of it for points, and it starts to get towards hunting season and things, people will average like 50 boats.
But that's interesting. I mean, like people are in it for the points. I mean, as much as people want to compete, people want to do well. You should definitely get to be part of the Bass Nation Team Championship. There's nothing like that. That's fun, dude.
No. Well, that's what I'm going to probably do this year.
You should. So
I'm going to fish the Federation. I'm going to try the one in the Potomac. See if I like that, going down there, fishing that for the AVX tournament's free. But then I'm going to fish the Federation. The first one's on tie. Then there's 2 on Oneida. And I'm going to travel out to the Western Basin of Erie with Jody White and fish that Federation one out there to try to qualify.
Yeah, but you should make your Bass Club part of the Bass Nation, man. I mean,
that's something I definitely get to talk to them guys at the next meeting for sure.
That's a path to the classic for somebody, man. And just the experience of going to, new body of water. I mean, there were 400 people and 200 plus boats, man. And to be sitting, in 16th place, dumping 2 big ones and knowing that we could have been top 3, despite the boat problems. It was frustrating because, I'm a grass fisherman, dude, and that place was full of it. And those bigs were there. And we had them dialed in too, for sure, man. Speed worm, chatterbait, Senko, trap. And that was the deal, man. It was crazy. That's awesome. But you got to overcome adversity, no doubt.
Yes, sir. Just got to stay positive. Sometimes it's hard, but you got to do it.
You got to, man. No question about it, man. Well, good stuff, man. Waves, Currents, and Ice says he's fishing the Federation too. He's going to see you there.
For sure.
Absolutely, man. All right, guys. We're going to wrap it up, man. I'm going to say a prayer. Everybody say a prayer for Travis next week. Maybe you'll hear the story. And until next time, we'll see you on the water. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We appreciate it, man. Thanks, Gino. I enjoyed it, brothers.
No problem,
man. You got it, man. Take care, guys. Tight lines out there.